Well, it's barely less than 24 hours before the Scorpions of the Gambia take on the Silly National of Guinea here at the Charles Bani Koni Stadium. Of course, we will be talking about the pre-match conference of both coaches, that is Tom Samfe of the Gambia and Kaba Jawara of Guinea Conakry. Our colleagues are here in the stadium, and of course, they will also give their thoughts on what they know about this press conference, the importance of the match, and of course, how important is it for both nations to win. I will start first with Moudu Ba, who is currently here. Of course, Moudu, um, you have witnessed both press conferences, of course. What is your take on, first, let's start with Tom.
Well, thank you for that. I think it's an important game. Hearing from both camps, starting with Gambia's interest, that's our coach. He's shown he has really emphasized that more like a must-win game because it's the second opportunity in this tournament after losing the opening match against Senegal. So we need points and 3 points against the Silly National, who are already with a point, would be really important in our quest to make the next round of the tournament. So I think he tried to diffuse the pressure of being a must-win game or not. But I think we all know, and then we all agree that it's a must-win game if we want to qualify because of how difficult the group is. Cameroon are the ones in the last game. So on paper, Guinea would have been the much more of a easier team in terms of ranking and of course performances as well. So I think it's really important, and I've seen seriousness from both camps, stating with Tom and Musa Baro that they want to win and of course correct the wrongs in the opening game.
Well, the group is very tight. We have seen Senegal won 3 goals to nil against the Gambia. 10-man, of course, Guinea Conakry played a 1-all draw against Cameroon, five-time African champion. Well, the match tomorrow, how important would it be for both sides to collect the maximum?
I think it's really important because I think in the group, for me, I think three teams can qualify. So if we can get 3 points against Guinea, and then hopefully Senegal get the result, that's the maximum points against Cameroon in the earlier game. That that will really make life easier for us, knowing what we need in the last game in Boaké against Cameroon. So for me, I think now with the Gambia having two important players back in the team, Ablai Jallo and Ibrahim Akoli. If you know the team under Tom Sanfe, you know these are players who are always in the starting 11. So I think that's a huge boost for the Gambia to have these two players coming back into the frame. So hopefully for me, I think it's more of getting the maximum points, or at least at most at least is to get a draw, because we don't have to lose tomorrow's game. If you lose effectively, that means to make the next round will be almighty difficult for us. So for me, I think it's important to get maximum points. If we cannot get the maximum points, at least to get a draw and then wait for the remaining match against Cameroon.
So we will move to Mariama Boyang. You are in Bafosam. Tell us the experience, playing against Guinea Conakry. How was the atmosphere like?
Thank you very much, Fadera. It was amazing. Being our first AFCON appearance in Cameroon, it was very amazing. And playing against Guinea was an amazing atmosphere because it was um, something that a lot of people were expecting, that Guinea was going to come out with a victory, and Gambia coming out, it was a surprise to the whole tournament altogether, and it kind of boosted the morale of the Scorpions, and it took our whole encounter to another new level, and everybody was expecting Gambia to be booted out of the competition at the first level, but winning Guinea was a moral booster for Tom and his last, which was really really amazing in the encounter in Cameroon.
Interesting one. So I'm gonna move to Fode because we know statistics are very much important in football, and of course the Gambia, our matches we considered 7 goals in 3 matches, two against Ivory Coast, and of course Burundi in the World Cup qualifier, three against Senegal. How important is it for the Gambia to seal that defense line, not to concede goals, and also try to take their chances?
Yeah, thank you so much, Del. I think it was quite interesting today. The coach spilled out what has been said about him. Always people say he's defensive. His idea is always to defend to defend. Last game we've all seen the idea that he brought in was to attack. He attacked, and it doesn't turn out to be the result that we want. Even though we know the circumstances surrounding the defeat against Senegal. Today he said it. He said he was defending and he was winning 1-0 against the big clubs, big teams like Tunisia, Morocco. He count them. But he started offensive football, and today, people are saying he's conceding. So maybe he may go back to that old idea again to defend. Who knows tomorrow what he's going to bring in? But for me, I think even with attacking football, we can still limit conceding goals. I'm very much sure with a good approach, bringing the right players, that can really defend, that can really hold on the midfield, and as well to strengthen his defensive line. We can still keep the Guinean side, despite they having the top striker of the tournament right now is with Guinea. So, but I'm sure with the right formation, with the right players, we're still going to contain them, and we are not going to concede maybe even a goal.
All right, thank you so much. Let's discuss the Guinean team because they played against Cameroon, a very good side, 10 against 11, drew with them. Um, what value would this add to the game against the Gambia?
Yeah, the value is going to they are coming all out for win because of their game plan was to win Cameroon, but due to the red card, so they changed their plan, and Cameroon was on top of them. But with all that, they contain them and they have chances to even to win them. But against Gambia, it's going to be a different ball game. You can have it from Kabajawara. He know Gambian team very well. As a player, he played against the Gambia. He beat them in Banjul 2-0 and also draw with them in Guinea 2-2. And as a coach, Gambia beat them. So it's aware of that. Then he's ready for this game, meaning that they are going for revenge. So it's going to be a very difficult game. But for the Gambia, it's a must-win game also for us. If not, then we are going home. Because of yeah.
All right. So a must-win game for the Gambia, according to Campo. But let's take a look at this angle as well. I mean, what important value would this add to the Guinean team, knowing that the fact that Girassi is on top form? He was not in the first match, but he could be featured in the second match.
Yeah, I think it is a good boost for any team in the world having a prolific centre forward. Before coming to Cote d'Ivoire here, you will chat with Guinean supporters, and all they will tell you is when you are going, go with the back, back to for conceding the goals. So it's of good value to the Guinean side. It gives them so much confidence. But like I said, football is played beyond what people say before the game or stuff like that is played in 90 minutes. So that's usually those tactical knows, tactical understanding of teams of how to defend prolific centre forward. We've seen great strikers in the world sometimes struggle in the continental biggest stage because the tactics here in African football and their league also differs. The dimension of the football differs. Like, of course, all football leagues differs. So it's a great boost to the Guinean side. It adds so much confidence on their side. But I think Gambia have the enough firepower and the enough strength to defend them. You've heard Tom Sanfen said when asked whether there's a special tactics for Gerasi, he said no. Guinea have a very strong team, and defending Gerasi alone or having a tactic specifically for Gerasi will be a killer. So they're going to play as a unit, going to play as a team. We have a very good defender who is having an amazing season with Besiktas, who can defend any striker in the world on his day. And hopefully Omar Koli on his day with any partner he will be with, whether James or Noah Sonko, will be strong enough to withstand any pressure Gerasi and co will force on the Gambia. So I believe the Gambian entourage will be ready for the contest.
Well, the Gambian entourage will be ready for the country. I will come to Paul Steven Pereira, but first, before Paul, Gajaga, well, we've seen the Gambia play in Senegal here. Of course, the performance, most people, like the coach said, even Gambians are happy with the performance, even though the results did not go on Gambia's way. What approach should they take, knowing the fact that they are playing against a very experienced team? They are playing a team who want to win against them because the Guinean lost to Gambia in 2019 in an international friendly and also in Cameroon in the Africa Cup of Nations.
Well, I think for this game, it needs 90 minutes of concentration. Gambia have recently been conceding a lot of goals in almost all the three matches that they last played. You've talked about it, the 7 goals that we've conceded. That's a worrying situation. It appears every match that the Gambia plays, we concede goals. Sometimes not even 1, 2, or maybe
even up to 3 goals against Senegal. Yes, a top quality side. 3 goals was huge. Yes, the performance wasn't that bad in terms of what the players give. I watched Guinea against Cameroon, and I think they are a top quality side. Guinea can beat any team in this competition. They've definitely shown that against Cameroon. So I think it's going to be a very difficult game for the Gambia. And I think when it comes to the coach, tactically he should be on alert, and Gambia should defend very, very well. They have to be on top of their game. If Guinea gives 100%, it means the Gambia needs to give 200%. I think Guinea has more pacey players than us. We have individual brilliance in our team, the likes of Musa Barrow. On that day, if they are top notch and if they have what it takes and they need to go forward, and Gambia also needs to better its chances. Musa Barrow, for the past few games, have been getting the best of chances for Gambia, but still underutilized. We have been wasteful at goal, so I think that definitely needs to change.
Paul Steven Perella, you are in Bafokeng. I'm so nobody can tell you their experience and of course the atmosphere in that stadium. But also we have seen Guinea Conakry their last match. Well, they were the loudest. They got more fans. How important a role would that be coming to tomorrow's match?
Well, I think coming to tomorrow's game as well, we have seen CAF has published the countries that are most sale of ticket when it comes to this AFCON 2023 edition. And then Guinea, they are fully well prepared because they want to come on a revenge on Gambia. And I knew their fans will come in numbers into this stadium come tomorrow when they will be facing Gambia. We have seen them, how they come out in numbers in their first game against Cameroon. So we're expecting the same turnout and perhaps even more than that. But then it was exciting to watch these Scorpions go on top of them in Bafokeng. And I'm still optimistic that the same will repeat here, looking at how the two coaches face the media and have shared their thoughts towards their preparation and how ready the players are. You heard from Musa, he was asked about tactics and other stuff, but then how well motivated are they with the speech of their coach? But then his focus is he only wants to play football, play and win games for Gambia.
And Omar Job, also your thought on both coaches. You know, you were at the press conference. Of course, what do you make of the head coach of the Gambia, or even Kaba Jawara's statement?
Well, I guess the both coach have much ahead of them because they both played their first games, and then we all know Guinea, they did not have the best results. That is to at least win, but having a draw was kind of better. But with the Gambia, we lost 3 goals to 0 against Senegal, so which it give us a mountain to climb in our class against Guinea. But this is football. Now we have seen underdogs upsetting the big guns when it comes to the Cup of Nations. So if Gambia played their game and then played at least be on alert or concentrate on their defensive side, that will help because they have to score at least and then at least keep a clean sheet to at least win. Because of this game against Guinea will determine whether the Gambia stays or it goes out. Because though last couple of days we have seen other teams qualifying with just 3 points, but with the Gambia it will be difficult because of we conceded more goals when it comes to the last game that we played on. So drawing or losing against Guinea will not help because of last game you have to play Cameroon. How much do you have to score Cameroon? So you can say like the Gambia, when last did we score more than 5 goals? I guess I recall those days. That is against Lesotho. So Gambia are not known for like scoring more than 3-4 goals. So we only win with 1 or 2 goals. So I guess the game against Guinea will be a very crucial game for the Gambia and for Coach Thompson.
Well, the game against Guinea Conakry will be a very crucial one for Coach Tom Samfe and, of course, Kaba Jawara as well. Finally, before we draw down the curtains for this conversation, our boss is here in, of course, Ivory Coast. We know Yamoussoukro is the deal. You've watched the Gambia play in Cameroon. You've also went with the team in Saudi Arabia in the training camp. You've also came here with the team. Tell us the importance of this match because we know the Gambia is to play a rematch against a country that they have beaten so far.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fadera, and thanks to the media team. You guys are all doing a great job ensuring that Gambians at home and abroad get to know everything that is happening here in Ivory Coast. Keep it up, the team. Coming back to the game, uh, tomorrow's game is a very, very crucial game and a very crunch game for both the Gambia and Guinea Conakry. It's coming on the back of a defeat for Guinea in Cameroon, like you said, and that was a defeat that the people of Guinea, are still hot, because they don't think in their wildest of dreams that a country like the Gambia should eliminate them from the Africa Cup of Nations. But it happened, and it was a bitter pill to swallow. So 1 year down the line, the Guinea has got that opportunity to face the Gambia and avenge that defeat. Yes, openly, Kabajawara wouldn't say that, okay, it's a revenge game. But, behind the scenes, it is a revenge game for Guinea because this is an opportunity for them to revenge that painful memories of Bafusam in Cameroon. Yeah, but coming to the game, it's going to be a very difficult game because the Gambia's life in the competition depends on this game. So it's more of a must-win game for the Gambia to stand a chance of progressing to the next round of the competition. Yes, we could get a draw and hope we can get the desired results against Cameroon. But what would be more appealing and good is to get the win against Guinea, go and face Cameroon and try to get a draw or even get a win from them.
Is it that the people put more pressure on the Gambian team because you had the head coach said, our team, we are not the best of teams in the group. We are not the highest ranking team. We are not the team that can beat everyone. But also one thing we can have is to respect those opponents we are playing against. He said even Guinea can go up to semi-final or even win the competition. Back home, does pressure matter in these instances?
Yeah, football is all about pressure. The coach needs to understand that as well. Fans will talk. Whatever you do in football nowadays, fans, are entitled to their opinions, and we all have our different opinions. I can watch a game with you. I feel like okay, Gambia played better. You think that Gambia played differently. So those are the fans. And the fans, don't settle for anything less than the desired results that they want. So pressure is always there. But I think for the Gambia, there shouldn't be that much pressure because we are coming into this tournament again as the lowest ranked side. You know, uh, uh, Cameroon was our first experience. So a lot of teams also, weren't very much focused on us. But after the Cameroon experience, now a lot of teams, that we are playing against would also say, okay, let us not underrate them. They went to Cameroon, they surprised anybody, so they can come and do the same thing. So that also, is making things difficult for the team. But I think the pressure should be more on Guinea Conakry than the Gambia. Yes, our life depends on tomorrow's game to stay in this competition. Yeah, but I think the pressure is more on Guinea Conakry to get the results. I don't think the coach and the team should take that pressure. What the fans would say, the fans would always say that. So, and I don't think public opinion should prompt the coach into, shifting from his tactics or whatsoever because of, there's criticism that, okay, he's defensive or he's not been attacking or whatsoever. He needs to stick to his tactics because that is his philosophy. That is what he wants to play. But, if you want to take the fans' opinion of the fans and try to shift, it might backfire, which might not go well. But it's a great game. It would be a great game, and we're definitely optimistic that the Scorpions can cause another upset, and we get the desired results against Guinea Conakry, and at least stand a good chance, of progressing to the round of 16.
Thank you so much, Boss MS. Of course, finally, I started with Mumudu. I'm going to close down this conversation with Mumudu Ba. Of course, well, this is a very interesting conversation. All the colleagues here, you can see we discussed with them. They gave their opinion on the importance of this match that we are going to play. But also, finally, before handing over the mic, of course, the importance of unity, because we have seen the SGAG media team also have done remarkably well. Shares responsibility, giving the information back home. How important is that one as well?
I think it's really important. It has shows that when we work together, we can achieve greater things. And we've been here, um, people from different media houses, but we are here working as a team, which I think shows that unity is everything that we need. And at tournaments like this, so many things happen at the same time. So you need to have a good team so that people know specifically what they need to do, and then I think we've been able to achieve that. So I just want to congratulate everyone that is here. Everyone has cooperated, even though sometimes under difficult circumstances, but we have only one thing in common, that is to do a fantastic job. And I think so far we have been able to do well under the circumstances, and I'm really happy that we know what we want, and of course we are working towards attaining that.
Thank you so much, Momoduba. Of course, you heard him loud and clear. Of course, we are not going to end this discussion without talking about the people that are also behind the scene. Of course, our cameraman, of course, we know Bach Samba, Sen, of course, Mas, also Sen. We have also seen cameraman Adama doing also fantastic work, giving us good pictures and images, and also Baldes as well, that is Sajo Balde, and of course Matar Sen, yeah, Matar Jase as well of Fatu Network, also here, and Lamin Drame. The entire team, of course, under the leadership of Musa Sise, are all here doing work hand in glove to make sure that this Africa Cup of Nations coverage become a successful one for every single individual. Many thanks to those behind the scene as well. Well, they said history is the yesterday of mankind and is the memory of men. Without history, there will be no guide for tomorrow. So yesterday, the Gambia played, well, when I mean yesterday, is the last competition. They played against Guinea Conakry and won them a goal to nil. And tomorrow, there is another history that is set to be made. Is it going to be Gambia continuing writing history against Guinea Conakry? Or will Guinea Conakry, for the first time in many years, turn or rewrite history to win against the Gambia? Until then, we will find out the answer here in the same stadium, Charles Conan Bani Stadium in Yamoussoukro, Ivory Coast. From the entire production team, we say Akwa Batu you in Ivory Coast.